She never turns her back to Speaker 3. 30 years on the dish, and that is the only rule she guards like scripture. The trainees notice it first. She sits angled so the third monitor stays in the corner of her eye, always, even reaching for coffee. The feed is labeled in flat operator shorthand. Nobody. Deep space. Holding. It means the great antenna outside is pointed at a patch of empty sky, tracking nothing cataloged, parked, and simply listening. The other feeds work real targets. Speaker 3 watches the dark, so on her last week, a trainee finally asks, "Why that one? Why never turn away from the feed that shows nothing?" She does not laugh. She sets down her cup, and for a long moment, she just watches the waterfall of light crawl down the screen. Then she starts, the way she always starts, from the beginning. Out there, she says, is a bowl of steel wider than a house, tilted at the sky. It gathers radio whispers too faint to feel and funnels them to a little horn hung at its heart. That horn is a feed, she explains, and one dish can carry several. Each is a separate ear, a separate channel, a separate speaker on her console. Some point at spacecraft, some at known stars, and one, the third, she keeps aimed at no one in particular. People think empty means silent, she says. It never is. Point at nothing and the receiver still hisses. The cold glow left over from the birth of everything. The murmur of the galaxy turning, the faint fever of the machine itself. Space is never truly quiet. She does not hear it. Not really. She reads it. A waterfall spectrogram, colors sliding downward, a live portrait of the sky's own breathing. Years teach your eye the normal texture of the dark. You learn its grain the way a sailor learns his sea. And here is the thing the trainees never guess, she says. If something ever came, something new, something no one had heard before, it would not shout on the busy channels. It would rise here, against the quiet, against nobody. That is why you watch the empty one. But you learn to doubt it too, she warns. Everything lies at first. Phones, satellites, radar sweeping the horizon, a plane crossing the beam. The dark is loud with our own noise, and most miracles turn out to be us, leaking into the sky. She smiles, remembering. One observatory chased a ghost signal for years. Strange bursts, no source. Turned out to be the staff microwave, opened early before it finished. Their alien was reheated lunch, so you sneer at every anomaly. You have to. Discipline is doubting the wonder. And yet, she says, her voice dropping, once, decades ago, a dish caught something. 72 seconds of a signal that should not have been there. Loud, clean, coming from empty sky. A man circled it on the printout and wrote one word beside it. Wow. They pointed everything they had back at that spot. Waited. Listened for years. Nothing. It never repeated. Never explained. Not proven to be anyone. Just 72 seconds, then silence forever. The sky spoke once, and then it closed its mouth and would not speak again. Later, there was another, she says. A narrow tone from the direction of our nearest neighbor star. For a while, the whole team held its breath. Then someone traced it back to our own machines. Interference. Human, after all. The hope dissolved like every hope before it. So you would think she'd stop believing. She didn't. Because every false alarm taught her the same lesson twice. The real one, if it ever comes, will look exactly like these. Faint. Brief. Impossible. It will come through the channel marked nobody. And it will come once. Then she tells the part she has never told a trainee. One night, alone on shift, she turned to pour coffee. When she looked back at speaker 3, a line was there. Bright. Rising slow out of the hiss. 7 seconds old and climbing. And it had not been there before. Her hand froze on the pot. She counted. 7. 8. The line held, steady, structured, wrong in the way that only something deliberate is wrong. She reached for the log, reached for the phone. Her heart slammed. This was it. After 30 years, this was finally it. And then it folded back into the noise, the way a wave slides off wet sand. Gone. She checked the logs, the satellites, the schedules, nothing overhead, no plane, no oven, No known source in the whole catalog of human things. Just quiet, where a voice had been. She never proved a thing. No repeat, no confirmation. By every rule, it never happened. But she knows what she saw, and she knows one detail she can never forgive. It appeared in the exact seconds her back was turned, as if it had waited for her to look away. That, she tells the trainee, is the rule. Not superstition, a vow. Never give it the moment. Never offer the dark the one instant it seems to want. Keep the empty channel in the corner of your eye, always, so that if it ever speaks again, someone is looking. It is not a live conversation, she reminds him. Whatever it was already old when it arrived. Years, maybe ages, crossing the cold to reach this bowl of steel. Holding does not mean calling back. It means listening. It means someone stays awake for the answer. On her final morning, she does not make a speech. She wipes down the console, squares the chair at its careful angle. Then she stands in the doorway a long time, looking back at the third screen, at the slow, gray waterfall that has been her whole life. The trainee takes the seat. She rests one hand on his shoulder and turns it gently until speaker 3 sits in the corner of his eye. Don't turn your back, she says. Not for coffee, not for anyone. Then she is gone, and the watch is his. Somewhere out there, the dish still turns, tracking a patch of empty sky as the earth rolls beneath it. The feed still reads nobody. Deep space, holding. The hiss still falls like quiet snow. And a new pair of eyes now refuses, absolutely, to look away. So, here's the thing to sit with tonight. Empty is never silent. The dark is always saying something, just below the reach of us. And somewhere, a screen marked nobody keeps scrolling, waiting for the 73 seconds no one has ever heard. Someone is watching. Are you sure it isn't watching back?